Regular Show kind of has a weird place in my childhood. I grew up around it. I was much more of a Adventure Time fan, so having Regular Show there was kind of my opposition, like a rival of some sort. But recently I've decided to actually binge all of Regular Show purely because I wanted to know what the hype was, to really understand why people loved it so much, and I didn't I just didn't like it at the time. But to this day, Regular Show continues to be one of my favorite series to ever come out. And well, I just don't think that the show exactly lives by its tagline. The tagline at the time was anything but, meaning that Regular Show was more focused on being that quirky, random show instead of being what it truly was, which was actually more humane and grounded than anything I've really seen. It deals a lot with more problems that I'm beginning to see right now as I'm more or less transferring into adulthood at the moment and experiencing all these things that they have experienced within the show, finding a job and all of that. Sorry, I can't really think of anything else on the top of my head. But Regular Show isn't something that focuses on being random, like, let's say, Uncle Grandpa or anything related to that. Sure, a lot of random stuff does happen, and a lot of what we see is very strange, but that's not the essence of the show. That's not what makes it what it is. The stories connect, the stories are cohesive, and they make sense. You see characters progress and grow through these episodes, even though they're subtle. The characters are, well, they mature over time. They learn experiences within the show and they put that knowledge to the test whenever the time comes for it. Regular Show is exactly what it says it is. It's a regular show. This is a story about a guy who works at a park, living day to day. I'm talking about Mordecai, by the way, because he's kind of the closest thing we have to a protagonist, apart from, just the whole group at the park. But we just live day to day. We watch them live day to day at the park. And, well, although a lot of the things that happen are random or something that is completely blown out the water most of the time, a lot of the solutions in this show are, well, something that can be solved within the first few minutes of every episode. And that is the mature part. That's taking responsibility, owning up to your actions, and, well, facing the consequences no matter what, instead of trying to make sure it doesn't happen or making sure no one knows about it. Because that's what the gang gets up to most of the time. And by the gang, I mean Mordecai and Rigby. Because well, they try to find a way out of everything. They try finding excuses, but that's what puts them in the dangers that they face in every episode. Well, apart from some special occasions like holidays and, well, commentary about certain type of things. Other than that, it's the solution to every episode. That the guys just need to admit their mistakes. And honestly, I think that's what is the regular parts. That's what the show's about. And that's what the heart is. Sure, it could be something more, but it's not. Well, these guys are more or less human. No. These guys are human, no matter how they look, or no matter how much they are symbolized within the show, they are human nonetheless. And there aren't so many redeeming qualities to them, but you can't help but feel a lot of things. I'm trying to come up with a word, but I can't. And honestly, that's what makes it so great. And that's why it's indeed just a regular show.